Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one of you guys' requests. It is a minimal makeup and more for like a teenage kind of look, or teenage skin, I guess, youthful skin. If you guys want to see what I did, then keep on watching. Alright ladies, so this look is going to be very minimal. It's more towards the younger girls out there. You guys have beautiful skin, so you guys don't really need that much makeup on your face. That's what this video is about. I'm definitely still gonna do, you know, the same steps, just with a little bit less makeup and something that you guys can still feel pretty in. And I mean, you guys have beautiful skin, so you guys don't really need so much makeup on your face. So yeah, we are gonna start with, of course, taking care of the face first, making sure that your skin is nice and moisturized. I'm gonna start with the Murad Skin Perfecting Lotion. Just gonna pop that all over my face and my neck as well, because you also want to take care of that area, not just your face but also your neck. And just so you guys know, I'm not saying that doing a full face is a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, this is like an everyday kind of thing. Like when you go to school, wake up early, definitely don't want to put pounds and pounds of makeup on your face early in the morning. But yeah, so then I'm gonna go in with my Good Morning Honey Silk Facial Serum, and that's what that looks like. Just gonna put that also on my fingers here, put it together, rub it up against my fingers, and just place it on my face. And this is a moisturizer but also a primer to make sure that the skin is nice and moisturized throughout the day. Whatever you put on top of it looks nice. Make sure you get your whole face and your neck. And then for a little extra moisture, I'm going to use the Mario Badescu facial spray. This is the Aloe, Chamomile, and Lavender one. They have like 3 different scents. So there's this one, the green one, and I think it's a pink one, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure. Then I'm just gonna let that sit on my face while I do my brows. Now, when I was in high school, I remember I didn't really do anything with my brows. I just let them be their wild and crazy brows that they are. I mean, I don't have much. I didn't really do anything to my brows when I was in high school. I actually didn't wear a lot of makeup when I was in high school. I used to do a lot of like eyeshadow, and sometimes I would put blush and a little bit of foundation, but not usually. On my everyday basis, I would just either do eyeshadow or just like mascara and pretty much nothing else. But this is really minimal. It's not going to be like anything crazy. You could always add your pops of color with either putting colorful lipstick on. You can do like eyeliner here at the bottom with some color. I will show you guys how to do that. And yeah, we're gonna start with the brows first. I'm gonna grab this powder from Inspire. This is not a pomade, it's a powder product. So the darker one here is gonna go out in the outer part of your brow, and the lighter part is gonna go here on your inner part. So I'm just gonna go ahead and brush those eyebrows up. And this is more of a natural bushy kind of eyebrow. It's not like your Instagram brow where it's all like structured and all that and with concealer or anything like that. So I'm just gonna grab this darker shade first, and I'm gonna put that on the outer edge of my brow. I'm gonna brush them up first. You guys can see, I'm just following the natural lines of my brows. I'm not adding too much to it like I would with a pomade. And so when I get towards the front of the brow here, I'm not going to use that darker shade. I'm gonna wipe off my brush here and then go in with that lighter shade, just this one right here, and then place that right here, brushing it back. to meet it with that darker shade that we had down here. So just meet it at the middle. You guys can see, really natural, nothing too structured. You can always go back and add concealer if you wanted to, if you wanted a little more clean. But I like mine the way that it looks right now. So I'm not going to do anything else to it. I'm just going to leave it like this. The only other thing I'm going to do to put it in place is I'm going to grab this mascara, tinted brow mascara from NYX. And just going to brush my hair through it. And then that's going to make it more bushier and just have a little more color to it. You guys can see, just pulling the hair the natural way that it grows. And it does fill in a little bit of if you have some sparse hairs in there. But yeah, that is what the eyebrow looks with just the powder and a little bit of tinted brow with a little bit of tinted brow mascara. So now we're gonna move on to the face. I'm just gonna use concealers to do my base, nothing too crazy. And like I said, you guys have beautiful skin, so you don't really need, unless you have blemishes or like acne scarring or something like that, you can definitely go back in. I'm gonna show you real quick how I like to do it, like if you guys can see this here on my face. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I hide those and also still not have so much on your face. So for that, I'm gonna go in with concealer first, and I'm just gonna even out the skin like this color, so it's not just, you know, you have like your rosacea, your little spots here and there like I do. But when I was younger, I don't remember having that much stuff. I didn't really suffer a lot from acne or blemishes or anything like that when I was younger, so I don't have to worry about that. But I know that there's a lot of girls out there that have blemishes or whatnot, and I mean, that's nothing to be afraid of or anything that you should hide. You can always just put concealer on it or, you know, leave it as it is. I never put anything on my face when I had a zit come out or like a blemish or anything like that. When I was back in high school, I would just leave it and let it be. If you can see it or not, I didn't really care. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. I'm just gonna even out the skin first, and then I'll show you how you can hide those blemishes a little bit better. So I'm just gonna use my ColourPop concealer. This is in the shade Medium Dark 32, and I'm gonna just place that all over my face here. Kind of like foundation, but it doesn't have as much coverage. I'm gonna use a beauty blender, so this is gonna really sheer out your foundation or whatever you're using. Also, if you are gonna be using foundation, this will really help. Or you can use your foundation and mix in your moisturizer or like an oil that helps with your skin, and that'll make it sheer out so it doesn't look like you have too much on your face. So you guys can see that's just evening out my skin, spots coming through and all of that. I'll show you guys here in a little bit, but I'm just gonna put this on here real quick. Putting a little bit more on my forehead because I didn't put a lot the first time, or not enough the first time. Now I'm gonna come closer to the camera so you guys can see what I'm talking about, where you can still see my spots coming through. The camera might be covering it right now, but you can still see my little dark spots coming through here and there, my little beauty marks or whatever coming through, and I'll show you real quick. You guys can see that barely anything is on my face. It was just to even out the tone of my skin. Didn't do anything too crazy. You can still see my beauty mark. If you guys see that up there, that's a beauty mark. Then I have this here coming through, and this. You guys can see I didn't put a lot of coverage on. This was just so that it evened out my skin. For concealer, I'm just going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I know this is really high coverage. You can always use something less. If you're somebody that has acne, scarring, or blemishes or anything like that, this is going to cover them. So what I like to do is take it here. If you guys can see my little friend over here, and then I have another one up here. I'm gonna cover those up with this. Just a little dot on them, like that, and then like that. Now, I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna blend that out into the skin until it blends in. And then if I need to, I'm gonna use my beauty blender to blend it out more and shear it out more. Okay, you guys see that? It's gone. And a damp beauty blender or beauty sponge is always gonna shear out anything that you put on your face. Just so you guys know that. Then I'm gonna grab this little guy. Also start with my finger. Put a little bit too much on, and I'm just gonna blend it in with my beauty blender here. And there it goes. Now, another thing that I like to use my concealer for is the under eye darkness. With that being said, I like to just place a little bit here, right here on the corner here, just like that. And that I'm just gonna blend it out. It's gonna cover your whole under eye. You don't need that much. You're also highlighting at the same time when you're doing this. You can see the difference between this side and this side, how much brighter this side looks now that we have blended that in. And I said we didn't need a lot because obviously you don't need a lot, as you guys can see, and it made a big difference from this side to this side. It still looks bright under your eyes, and it doesn't look like you have way too much makeup on your face. That inner glow is just gonna show through without having so much makeup on your face like that, and it still feels like skin. It's not like you have this layer of foundation that is underneath there and you can't really see your face. Another places that I like to put concealer on would be any dark spots that you have, anything else that you wanting to hide, or not completely hide, but just so it's not as noticeable. So I like to go here under by my nose. If you guys can see, I have like that darkness under there, so I like to just put a little bit there and a little bit here. And then you can also highlight with this as well. So you're just gonna place a little bit where you would normally highlight. You guys can see it's just little spots, and you're not gonna overdo it. If you guys don't know where you're gonna want to highlight, it's always gonna be the center of your face. That's where you'll want to put the lighter color on, because you're trying to create that illusion, like when the light hits you from up above and you see where the dark shadows go. So that's gonna be anything outside of your face, any like spots like here and your nose. So right there, if a light was to hit you like this part here would be darker. Your center of your nose would be lighter because that light is hitting you like this. This would be darker, and these spots right here, it's always going to be the center of your face. So if you were to make a diagram of your face, this, and here is going to be the darkness, and then here, or here, and here, inside that negative area is going to be your light. So in case you guys didn't know that, I think I've said that in my videos before, but just in case you're new or something, then you know what I'm talking about. Now that we have highlighted the face, you guys can see that it's still not like crazy cake face or anything like that. You guys can still see my actual skin coming through that, and you're not using a lot of product. For those of you who have oily skin, you guys can definitely set this in place. Or if you're more of a dry and you don't get that oily through the day, you can leave it as it is and don't have to do anything else. But for oily skin, you could always set it with a pressed powder. Something like a pressed powder is gonna be more airy and it's not gonna be so harsh to your pores because you pick up more with your brush, so they go more into your pores. With a pressed powder, just because you're not picking up as much with a brush, depending on the brush as well. So like this one is more, like if you guys can see, more flimsy, more airy, like the bristles are not as tight as a foundation brush. The bristles are tighter, so these are a little more loose and you can like move it more. Something like this, you're just gonna grab a pressed powder. This is the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Contour Palette. I like to grab this shade right here and place that on the outskirts of my face just to set whatever I had on my face in place, so it's not moving around too much. And it's just a little bit of powder, it's nothing too crazy. So you guys can see I'm barely touching it, barely going like this and putting it on my face. Now for my under eyes, I do like a little something more brightening, so I would go with like this banana shade right here, and then that one is gonna set the under eye, that concealer that we place. And I like to bring it on the lid as well, on my eyelids, just because. Now it's set in place and you still don't look like you have a cake face because we barely put any powder on our face. After you do this, I'd like to go back and add a facial spray just so that that powder that you placed melts in with a little bit of concealer that you put on your face. Like so, and we're gonna let it dry a little bit. I'm gonna grab another powder from the contour palette here, and it's just gonna be a light wash of bronzer. This is just gonna add a little bit of color to your face, and it's not gonna look like you're overdone or anything like that. I'm gonna grab a light shade. I'm just gonna grab this one right here, and then I'm gonna place it where I usually would contour. So I'm gonna place it here, here, and then here, just to add a little bit of color back to your face, so you're not looking just one-dimensional. And it's just a light wash of color. It's not like you're adding way too much to your face. You see that? It still looks pretty and it doesn't look super pigmented on your face. It's just adding a little bit. Just gonna brush a little bit on the sides of my nose and on the bottom, just a little bit. And then I'm gonna just grab a light wash of blush. I'm gonna use this is also from BH Cosmetics. This is the Glamorous Brush 10 color blush palette, and I'm gonna grab this light pinky peach shade right here and place that on my cheeks, just for a light wash of blush. Here like I normally do. And then if you want a little bit of highlight, I'm gonna use this Benefit Sunbeam highlighter, and this is just gonna give you like an inner glow type of glow. It's not gonna do anything too crazy. I'm gonna just put it here in the back of my hand and then grab it with my finger and put a little bit on the highest points of my face. Okay, so that part is done. That is the face all done. I'm gonna go ahead and just place a little bit more of this just to blend all the other powders that we used into my face. And through the whole video, I was just using the Mario Badescu facial spray, just so you guys know. So we're gonna move on to the eyes. Now for the eyes, I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm just gonna go ahead and curl my lashes here. I used to do this in high school all the time, where I just curl my lashes and put mascara on them and call it good. So I curled my lashes, and then this is the Luminous Lash Paradise. Now, if you want a little bit more color to the eyes, what you can do, you can always just add one color shade to the lid, or what I like to do is add it to your bottom lashes, so that way you don't have a lot on your lid, it's a little more natural, and you're just adding a little pop of color under your eye. So what I'm gonna do for this one is I'm gonna grab a color liner. You can go that route and just put the liner under there. So I'm gonna use this eyeliner. This is the Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On waterproof extreme shine eyeliner, and it is in this shade Azure. I'm just gonna place that here on my waterline. Okay, so you can leave it this way. What I also like to do is drag it down just a tiny bit so it's not just on the waterline and it's just out here. I'm gonna drag it down to my actual skin down here. You can leave it like that, and there's your pop of color. And then you would just add mascara like you normally would. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go in with the Zulu by Juvia's Place, and I'm gonna grab this shade right here. I'm gonna go in with that and just a brush. This is like a little pencil brush, but it's a little fluffier than a pencil brush, if you guys can see that. Just gonna grab that shade and I'm gonna blend it out underneath of that. Like that. There's your little pop of color. And you didn't do anything too crazy. It's easy, takes less than a minute to do, and then you would just put in your mascara. You can do this with any color too. It doesn't have to be anything crazy like this. It could be any color that you want to put under there. I'm just showing you guys how you can amp up your look a little bit without having to spend so much time and putting so much makeup on your eyes, or in the morning, because I know it's hard to get up and try to do some crazy makeup look when you're trying to get out of the house. And so that is that part. Now I'm gonna ump it up just a little bit because that's what I do, and yeah, I'm gonna grab this green right here. That was right next to that one. I'm gonna grab this one with my finger here, and this is gonna be my inner corner. Now you can go and do your normal inner corner like you would, like a beigey champagne color if that's what you want to do. I'm gonna go in with the green, and that's gonna be my inner corner color. Now I'm just gonna put mascara. Okay, and that is the finished eye look. Now for lips, I'm just gonna grab something simple, something easy. What I like about this is it doesn't look like you have way too much lipstick on. This is the ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip. Now this is gonna make it look like it just is diffused in your mouth. It's not like super strong color on there. This is the shade Doozy, and I'm just gonna pop that on my lips here. You guys can see it's just a little wash of color. It's nothing too insane. And that's how I want it to look. I just want it to look like there's a little bit on my lips, nothing insane, and it's just like a diffused shade. I'm gonna grab a little bit of lip gloss just to ump it up a little bit. Like I said, you can leave it this way if you want. This is not drying to the lips whatsoever, so you can wear it all day. Fades, or I guess I haven't really tested it to know if it does fade throughout the day. I'm guessing that it would. Once you eat or something like that, that it would fade, so you could keep it in your backpack, keep it in your bag, whatever, and then put it on after lunch or something like that. Now this is the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip. This is in the shade Champagne Mommy, and I'm just gonna place a little bit of this over that color just to ump it up a little bit. This is only if you want to. You don't have to put it on. If you guys saw that, I just kind of tapped it on. I didn't go swipe all over it. I kind of just swiped a few times, so 1, 2, 3, and then just with my finger, and you have a little bit of a glossy lip without looking too heavy. This look was just to show you guys, so you guys don't need to wear a lot of makeup. There's different ways that you can wear it, and this is more practical for you if when you're going to school or work or whatever, something that you're doing that you just want to slap something on and still look pretty and presentable. Definitely can do something easy like this. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything. Comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in my next one. Toodles!
What the